10 tricks from a former FBI agent to become 200% attractive. Dr. Jack Schaefer, a former FBI agent and an author of the book The Like Switch, an ex-FBI agent's guide to influencing, attracting, and winning people over, developed a unique friendship formula and some simple laws of attractiveness. Do you want to know how to find a common language with anyone, anytime? Then listen carefully. Number 10. Start with bending your head to the side. Did you notice that women bend their head to the side more often than men? It's a similar method men use in business when they keep straight to emphasize dominance. In informal communication, the inclination of the head to the side is a sign of trust. Whenever you do that, your opponent feels like you're truly interested in what he or she is saying. Rolling your eyes with the head tilted back, however, is a combination you should avoid. Even if you do this as a joke, that signal is very often perceived as hostile. Number 9. Develop facial expressions. Play with the eyebrows. Eyebrows are a big deal these days, right?
Really?
And they give certain signals to your opponent as well. For example, a good trick is to raise your eyebrows when you meet other people. It informs others that you don't intend to show aggression. You see, our brain recognizes this signal from a distance of up to 2 meters and perceives such a person as pleasant in communication. So, if you like a person you don't know, give them a quick, distant signal by uplifting your eyebrows. Just don't keep a long eye contact when playing with eyebrows or frowning at them. That would only disturb your opponent. Number 8. Learn to smile with your eyes without a grin. Remember lessons from Tyra Banks? They aren't so far from the truth.
Oh.
When the brain recognizes a sincere smile, it makes you smile back and starts producing endorphins that help you feel a little more joy. Pleasant experience pushes people to continue communicating, and that's exactly what you need. With a real smile, small wrinkles around the eyes appear and cheekbones and the corners of the mouth move upwards. It's not that easy to fake this smile. You will just have to think about something funny and pleasant. Don't make it a cold gaze and a tight smile, though. It won't attract anyone. Number 7. Forget the phrase, "You're welcome." Never say "you are welcome" when responding to a person for the service rendered to them. Instead, say, "I think you would have done the same thing if you were me." Such statements evoke a sense of reciprocity. A person feels the desire to do something for you in return to thank you. Never hesitate to ask a person for a small favor. For example, giving advice or helping to choose something. We like to feel important in front of others because it increases our self-esteem. Admit it, it's nice to be in the company of someone who admires you. And from now on, you're going to be this person. Number 6. Shift to a whisper. Emphasize without a reason. To prevent awkward pauses in the middle of a conversation, use a light sympathetic statement related to the last phrase of the person with whom you're speaking. This is a fairly simple way to continue the conversation and create a relaxed atmosphere. Whispering is perceived as an intimate form of communication. That's why, to take your relationship with someone to the next level, you should occasionally say certain phrases in a whisper. To enhance the effect, lean slightly towards the other person as if you're sharing a secret. A person will instinctively lean towards you to hear better. Minor violation of personal space and the feeling that you're sharing a secret will bring you together. Backward distancing or leaning on the back of a chair will have an opposite effect, though. It's way too much if you've just met each other. Number 5. Let people compliment themselves. The best way to make a compliment is to encourage a person to praise himself.
Wow.
During a conversation, urge your opponent to talk about their achievements or merits. Then, show some surprise. Did you really do it yourself? How did you manage to do it? Such questions will urge a person to compliment themselves and, as a result, feel good and relaxed. You can also try to make a compliment from a third person. For example, say that your mutual friend noted an excellent sense of humor or praised their diligence. But don't forget that a compliment is often regarded as flattery, especially if it does not relate to the achievements or merits of a person, but to their appearance or innate abilities. People love when something that was achieved by working hard is noticed in them. These compliments are way more pleasant, right? Number 4. Make mistakes in front of your opponent. Make a deliberate mistake during the conversation so that the interlocutor sees it. Show hesitance and let him or her correct you. Who doesn't love to be right? The opponent will feel more confident, realizing that you are also a person, and will treat his or her possible awkwardness with understanding. That's where the law of similarity works. The more you have in common, the more often you communicate and become closer. Just don't go too far. You shouldn't dumb yourself down and sound stupid. Number 3. Pay attention to the pottery when you spend time together. 70% of important information is shared while eating. Your opponent's gestures at this moment reflect emotions, feelings, and sympathies. If the interlocutor places the cup or any other object as if they were building a wall, this indicates a desire to increase the distance. A shared plate, on the other hand, is a kind of friendship test. Ask if you can try something from the plate of your companion. Not everyone will agree to share food, but this insignificant arrogance helps to get closer. Don't do this immediately, though. Find an appropriate timing. Number 2. Watch the lips of the interlocutor. Learn to change the color of the eyes. People touching their lips with their fingers feel shy. This will happen if you ask an uncomfortable question or bring up a topic which the interlocutor will want to avoid. Watch these gestures to react and correct your own behavior in time. It also helps to learn to give the correct signals with your pupils. Our brain likes the enlarged pupils of the interlocutor as it is a sign of sympathy and interest. Do you want to be liked by another person? Easy! Invite them to dinner somewhere with dim lighting, or look at them with a defocused gaze where the pupils expand, making the eyes appear darker. Avoid narrowed eyes, compressed lips, ostentatious yawns, and a wrinkled nose. These expressions give the opponent rather negative signals. Number 1. If the situation is not that smooth, recall movies. Unusual but highly effective advice. There's nothing a good movie can't teach you. This phenomenon is called the law of the rocky road. It happens that people like each other only after a series of obstacles and contradictions, but these relations are often stronger than those that develop peacefully from the very beginning. This phenomenon has become a popular movie cliché. At first, the characters are all enmity, but they gradually recognize each other better and become best friends or lovers. Watch these types of movies carefully. There's lots of cool hints there. Let's briefly talk about other signals and tactics that will help you win sympathy and trust. Use emotional gestures. For example, nod slightly when listening to a long monologue of your companion as if you agree with each word. This will make your opponent trust you more. Be sincere. Tell the opponent about your own weaknesses, cherished dreams, or just cases from life. This will increase your attractiveness in the eyes of the interlocutor. Demonstrate coldness or inaccessibility, but only sometimes. It will arouse curiosity and warm up the interest of an opponent to your personality. Show that you are alike. We always feel attracted to people who have similar interests and understand us, right? Use it to your benefit. Finally, let's examine the formula of friendship developed by an FBI agent. This formula reflects the main characteristics necessary for strong trust and friendship. It's basically universal. It will work for friendship, work, and love. So, what have we got here? Proximity is the psychological distance between people. The person should feel comfortable and safe in your presence. Allow yourself to slightly violate a person's personal space from time to time. This will help you get closer. Frequency is the number of interactions you make with another person per unit of time. The more time you spend together, the better. It's just that easy. Duration is inversely proportional to the frequency. If you're often together, your meetings are less frequent, and vice versa. Remember to alternate duration, but observe the frequency. Intensity is the ability to satisfy the needs of another person through verbal or nonverbal behavior. It's a very important indicator which reflects whether you are enjoying your time together or not.